So first of all, I want to say it's great to be back at NOAH. And I think I've previously said that, but hats off to you, Marco, and the team. It's very, very impressive what you guys have built. So in 2011, we started building an open banking platform that we thought could transform the 10 trillion euro deposit market in Europe. And I think it's fair to say that we've come quite a long way. And as the term open banking has become such a buzzword lately, I want to talk a little bit about what open banking actually means to us as a company. So I don't need to tell you guys here in the room, but the concept of open has obviously changed all of our lives in the last 10 years. If you think about it, most systems that had been closed have become open and networked, and this has severely impacted a lot of industries. And if I just take an example from travel, today you can travel pretty much into any city of the world, and you can access somebody else's apartment, i.e. somebody else's infrastructure. You don't need your own infrastructure everywhere. And we were convinced that the same was going to happen in banking. And in banking, there are in particular three factors that drive this trend. So the first one being people really want it. So if you have an account at your bank today, you get 0% interest, and you have full transparency and see that there's better products out there, you're not a happy customer. Secondly, regulation is really actively pushing the banking industry to open up, and PSD2 is a good example. And thirdly, technology such as ours today enables an open banking experience. The other thing that we observed at the time was that banks could increasingly be divided into two different groups. So the first group being banks that essentially want to focus on owning the client relationship and that want to be the single point of sale for all their customers' financial services needs, independent if those products come off their own balance sheet. And on the other side, you have banks that specialize on specific products, i.e. trade finance, mortgage lending, leasing, and so on and so forth. And what that means, essentially, is that those client banks are in need of products beyond what they can offer themselves, and the product banks are in need of external funding. The problem was that there was no efficient transmission mechanism to connect the two. So traditionally, if you were a product bank, you needed to have an individual account relationship with every single depositor that you wanted to offer a deposit product to. And that's extremely expensive, extremely inefficient, and a lot of relationships. So with our open banking platform, we've essentially developed a middleware that hugely simplifies and transforms this value chain. So with the help of our platform today, we can make the retail infrastructure of the client banks usable to the product banks. And for the product banks, that means that every product bank today can essentially reach every saver without requiring an individual account relationship with that saver. And this deduplication of retail infrastructure is a fundamental game changer in the largest retail banking category, namely deposits. So I've said in the beginning that we feel like we've come a long way since 2011. So today, we already connect banks from 10 European countries. We can reach about 20 million customers, and those 20 million customers have a potential deposit base of more than €1 trillion. So we feel we're on a good path towards that aim of creating a new standard for the deposits business. However, I also wanted to give you two concrete examples of how our platform enables banks and also how that creates significant scale for our platform. So the first example I wanted to give was our partnership with Deutsche Bank that we're quite excited about. We're even more excited because it went live yesterday. So if you're a Max Blue customer, you can actually try it out. And so our platform connected via an API with Deutsche Bank systems. And today, or going forward, every Deutsche Bank retail customer will be able, from his Deutsche Bank account, to access third-party deposit products. And for Deutsche Bank, Christian Sewing spoke about the idea of platform economy. It essentially means that they can become the main hub of all of their clients' deposit business, independent if those products come off their own balance sheet. The second example I wanted to give was our partnership with the German subsidiary of Fidelity International, FFB. This is live as well. And previously, FFB did not offer their customers fixed-term deposits, and they wanted to broaden their offering. So with the help of our platform, today, almost 600,000 FFB customers can very easily access attractive fixed-term deposit products all through their existing FFB account. The last example I wanted to give was Zinspilot. So we decided, as a side benefit or as a test case, to use our own open banking platform and technology to also transform the user experience of those savers where their home bank was not offering an open banking experience yet. And we did that by essentially setting up our own B2C channel based on our platform, and it's called Zinspilot. And through Zinspilot, you can also, as a saver, access lots of products from lots of different banks, all through one bank account. And this is a smaller part of our business, but it's still a very exciting one, as Zinspilot in its own right is probably currently one of the fastest growing B2C fintech companies globally. So in less than 2 years, Zinspilot grew from 0 to more than 2 billion euros in transmitted deposits, faster than any other company globally. We've now gained more than 50,000 customers, and we're also happy that for the 3rd year in a row, we were designated by Banking Check as the best deposit platform or marketplace in Germany based on independent customer feedback. So at a time where it's become very fashionable to talk about open banking, we feel that we've been doing it at scale for quite a while. However, in terms of our long-term vision, we still feel we're at the beginning. So we're very excited about the growth path ahead. We're supported by a great group of investors. We feel we have a first-class and very international team. We're expanding all across Europe at the moment, and there will be some very, very exciting growth projects that we'll announce in the coming weeks, so please stay tuned. I wanted to close by briefly taking a step back and talking about what is this all about, why are we actually doing this? So on our end, we're convinced that Europe needs a healthy banking system in order to grow, and that society needs healthy banks. And what our platform does is it essentially diversifies funding and it stabilizes banks' balance sheets. And this not only makes the system more robust, but also very concretely puts banks in a position to lend more to people, to lend more to business, and ultimately create economic growth that benefits everyone. Thank you very much.